Photo. Hello everyone, a very logical day to all of you, and here we are with the explanation of the first editorial of the Indian Express of August 19, 2023. So let us see what we have in the reading part, and that the heading is Scaring Hopes. If you can understand this part, the hope stands for optimism, yes, and there's a new word for it, not a new word, you must have heard about it also. So we have the word like sanguine, related to optimism again, and therefore I just remembered the word, so I am giving you. So let's see what we have here in the reading part. Here we go with the first paragraph. At the end of this month, the National Statistics Officer, NSO, when you're reading, you need not read the complete word also in your reading comprehension or in your critical reasoning. So you can simply read with your eyes and think of NSO. So what did this NSA do? It will release, it has not yet released, but it is going to release the GDP growth estimates and estimates. So nothing of a concrete thing will be given. It will only be an estimate for the first quarter, April, June of this ongoing financial year. So as per the most recent estimates, what is there, it is likely to have grown. So what are they guessing? What are they estimating? That this economy is likely to have grown by 8% during this period, and in the period thereafter, the economic momentum on a quarter-to-quarter basis is likely to have remained, right? So the word remained healthy would mean that if it is growing at 8%, it's going to stay there almost healthy. So that becomes your first positive word here. The recovery is slowing down as per the state of the economy report by the economist. So in spite of the global recovery slowing down, our growth is showing a positive turn. That is what the main point is. So from this part of the paragraph, you can easily come up with the point that we are, according to the RBI, we are growing, the economy is growing, and the global one is slightly going down. Report states that while the contraction in exports will drag down growth, exports reduced, so growth will be reduced. It will be dragged. Drag का मतलब होता है pull करना. So merchandise exports declined. अब हमारे पास negative वाले words आ गए. Declined by around 16% in July, falling to a 9-month low. See, now you get the negative words here. So this much billion growth in private consumption. Private consumption may decline in the growth, which will be offset by the investment activity. Offset is balanced. So if the private consumption is declining, minus point, investment activity is growing, plus point. Hence, it will be balanced or leveraged or offset. We have done this word recently. So these are the encouraging signs. So here we have again a positive thing. So now if you just see the matter of the first paragraph, you can see that it's talking about the report by the RBI and then coming up with a little bit of data, the pointers there, showing a positive growth in India in spite of the global growth declining. And why is that growth declining? Or what we are registering here is the private consumption is reducing, but the investment activity is going to increase. So now in the second paragraph, let us see, the study examines a range of high frequency indicators. Now, if they have stated, if they have given the data, but how did they come to that data? That is what we need to see. So there are the indicators for whom this data is available for the month of July. Now, several indicators which show the demand and supply show healthy signs. Fine. Again, we can see that they have registered a robust growth. Fine. And this has improved sequentially again. So we can see these three positive words here. Alongside, the cargo at major airports as well as the railway freight traffic has picked up. Another positive point here in July. Now, both steel and cement consumption have registered healthy growth. See, again another point. So this first part of this paragraph is giving you about all the positives. Now, however, say I usually tell you that we come up with a twist. So, however, there are other indicators that point towards weakness. half the paragraph giving you the positive, the second half giving you the minus. Weakness in parts like automobile sales with the exception of 3 wheels. Demand for work by household individuals under Manrega is higher than the last year. That means they do not have a proper job. And non-oil imports are lower than last year, indicating weak domestic demand. So any inference that can be drawn from here. If you are able to draw some inference, kindly send that. Now, the third paragraph here, of particular concern is the extent to which a pickup in this investment is materializing. If you remember, the previous paragraph gave us that the private consumption is decreasing, but the investment activity is increasing. So now how and where, in what are they investing now? So another study by economists. So the first was the study that was given in the first paragraph. This is another study to show where these people are or where the investments are going on. So that is in investment intentions, finance through various sources. So investment intentions closely track the actual investment measured by gross fixed capital formation of private corporations. This serves as a useful indicator. So this is all technical. You can understand that. That means no question of inference or assumption would be based on this, I can say. Gauging the private investment cycle. As per this limited study, 2022 investment plans were made for 982 projects with a capital outlay of so much. So, in comparison, 2021-22 plans were drawn up for so much, 1.96, and here it is, where is it? 3.5 lakh. So now you can see the difference here. On this basis, what can be inferred or what can be concluded? ये भी question आ सकता है, right? From this difference, what we can understand, what can be concluded. Now, around 60% of these projects financed by the banks and the financial institutions are in the infrastructure. So now where are they actually investing? One, in the infrastructure. Second sentence says that they are in the greenfield projects, mainly in the greenfield projects. Infrastructure में bridges, roads, SEZ, industrial, biotech, ये सब आ गया अपने पास. 5 states, they name the states, and then these are healthy signs, right? They account for more than half. So only 5 states, but they are accounting for more than half of the total project cost. Your project cost was 3 point something lakh crore tha, right? And now more than half of it is going into the 4 states. And which ones you can see. So these are healthy signs. While greater clarity on the extent of a pick in the investment cycle will emerge, abhi exactly kuch nahi bol sakte. It will emerge in the months and quarters ahead. Stronger bank and corporate sector balance sheets. यहाँ से दिखेगा हमें कि वाकई में कितना इन्वेस्ट हुआ है या किस तरीके का ग्रोथ हुआ है, whether it is definite or no. Improving demand conditions and rising capacity utilization do, as the report argues, bode well for the capex cycle. Now, this part of the paragraph, based on the names of the states, and more than half of the investment is in these states, in these projects. So what can be again inferred? What can be assumed? Assumed हमारे पास यहाँ से आएगा. Extent. So there can be an assumption in this question, and bodes well for the capex cycle. From this you can give me the conclusion, right? So what is the meaning of this sentence? It bodes well for the capex cycle. So we have 3 or 4 answers to be given. Let's see what we have in the main idea. So the 2 RBI studies, हमने देखा था कि infrastructure में एक investment planning कहाँ पे थी, where are they investing, and first was about the economic growth. So two studies suggest that economic momentum is sustaining. That means it is being maintained, sustained, not declining, but still there. So that's all for today, and see you tomorrow with the new editorial. And I hope you have been reading, apart from the editorials, a few more articles also, all the major ones that have been suggested to you. That's all for today, and stay logical, and thank you.